Do you want to excel in maths and science? If your answer is yes, then let me tell you go ahead with Infinity Learn courses. And to get best discounts, subscribe right now. The link is given below in the description box. Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel, and as you all know that I am Divya, your science expert, and today in this session I have taken a topic from biology and it is one of our sense organ, that is skin. So we'll be discussing about skin. Particularly, we will cover few topics, that is skin and its importance, layers of skin, receptors in skin, melanin and leukoderma. So what you're waiting for, let's get started and let's learn about them. So first thing, I want you to identify that what you can see in this picture. I know you know it that it is a hand, but can you see that our hand is covered by something? Like not only hand, but our whole body is covered with skin. So this picture I have taken to show you that what is skin. So skin is basically, it covers our whole body. It is one of the sense organ, right? It produces the sense of touch, etc. And it covers our whole body and it is used to touch and feel, right? It covers and protects our body. Now let me tell you, like when you pick something rough, you can see that, you can feel the roughness. Or if something is smooth, you can feel the smoothness, right? So our skin help us to feel these things. That is, you can feel the hardness, softness, roughness, smoothness, hotness, coldness, etc. So whatever senses that you tell about by touching anything, that is just because of the skin, because skin produce that sensation. Now let me tell you that on skin actually various type of receptors are present. You cannot see them, but they are. So basically what are receptors? Let me tell you, they are sensitive cells, or you can say that they are the special cells. They are special cells which are sensitive to different stimulus. They are sensitive to different stimulus. Now what is stimulus? Stimulus is the any change in external environment, right? If you touch anything hot, so hot, that means heat is a stimulus in that case. If somebody, press you, right, or pinch you, so here pressure is a stimulus, right? If you, if your finger gets pricked due to some, thing which is very, a needle sort of thing, then you feel pain. So their pain is a stimulus. So basically the receptors are the special cells which are sensitive to different stimulus, right? It can be, the stimulus, it can be, pain, heat, pressure, light, etc. So these all are stimulus. So skin also help us to differentiate between a pleasant touch and unpleasant touch. Now let me tell you that how it works. Suppose when you touch, something, let's say any hot substance, then what happen? The receptors, suppose I'm touching any hot substance with my hand, then the receptors of my hand which are sensitive to heat, they will get activated. They will get activated. And when they get activated, what they will do is they will send the message to the brain, because we know that brain is our main controlling center, right? They will send the message to brain. Brain will analyze that what has happened, that you have touched something hot, right? Then brain will respond. How it will respond? It will send its response through a nerve, through motor nerve, the nerve which brings, the message, response from the brain to the organ, that is a motor nerve. And then your muscle will contract and hand gets withdrawn, right? So basically I want to tell you that when you are touching something hot, then your receptors which are sensitive to heat, they get activated. They send the impulse to brain, and the one which takes the impulse from the sensory organ, that is a sensory nerve. And then your brain analyzes and respond through motor nerve, and then motor nerve brings the response, and as a response what happens, your muscle contract and your hand is withdrawn. That is the reason when you touch something hot, you immediately remove your hand. So this complete passage occurs so quickly, right? Now let me tell you 3 layers of tissue that make up the skin. So there are 3 layers which make up the skin. The topmost layer is epidermis. The topmost layer, that is epidermis. Inner to it, the middle layer is dermis. And the bottom fatty layer is hypodermis. So there are 3 layers in the skin. Can you name them again? Epidermis, outer layer, dermis, middle layer, and hypodermis, that is the bottom or the fatty layer. So as you can see this picture, so this superficial layer is epidermis, then you have dermis, the middle one, and then the hypodermis, that is the bottom fatty layer. Now receptors we have already spoken. How will you define receptors if somebody asks you? You will say that they are the special cells which are sensitive to different stimulus. So as you can see, this picture of skin, it shows the 3 layers of skin basically, and also you can see here, see, this is a receptor, that is special cells which are sensitive to pressure. These kind of receptors, they are sensitive to touch. These kind of receptors which you can see this side, they are sensitive to pressure. These are sensitive to touch, right? For pain, heat and cold. So you have got different specialized cells, right, which are sensitive to different kind of stimulus, and whatever stimulus you come across, particular type of receptors, they get activated, right? And what they do, that we have already discussed. They have no way out other than sending the message to the brain through sensory nerve. So cutaneous mechanoreceptors, what are they? So cutaneous receptors are the types of sensory receptors which are found in dermis or epidermis, that is in the outer layer or in a middle layer, these receptors. Cutaneous receptors include mechanoreceptors also, nociceptors also, which are sensitive to pain, thermoreceptors also, and that we have already discussed. All these receptors, they are mechanoreceptors, that is cutaneous mechanoreceptors. They are also called as tactile receptors. So they respond to mechanical stimuli, and stimuli can be, we have already spoken, any change in external environment, can be touch, can be movement, can be pressure, can be stretching, can be anything. So they change shape when they are pushed or pulled, and they get activated. See here, this finger is touching, touching something which is very, a needle like thing. So receptors of this particular kind, that is pain receptors, which are called as nociceptors, they get activated. And what they do, see, they send the impulse to the brain. See, some impulses, they are solved at brain level, and some impulses, these kind of, they are very quick actions. So basically these are reflex actions, and some of the reflex actions, they are sought at spinal cord level, because brain and spinal cord both are, main parts of nervous system. So here you can see this picture, that this neuron, that is this sensory nerve, which is made up of neurons, is taking the message to the spinal cord. Spinal cord analyzes that what has happened, that you have touched something, something which is making you feel pain. So it responds by sending the message to motor nerve, and the effector organ is the one which responds, and effector organ is the muscle of a hand. So ultimately your muscle contract and your hand gets withdrawn. So this is how, our sense organ, that is skin, responds and produce the sensation of touch. So what you have seen, that they transduce mechanical energy to electric energy. So these kind of phenomena, what you have seen, that helps in maintaining the body posture with respect to gravity, hearing, maintaining body balance, etc. And these receptors we have already discussed, they are sensitive to different stimuli. Okay, another important topic, what is melanin? See, melanin is a natural substance that gives color. It's a pigment basically, which gives, color to your skin, hair, and even the iris of the eye. I hope you remember iris, which is a colored part of your eye. Like somebody has brown eyes, blue eyes, so that particular part is iris. So it gives color to your skin, hair, and also to iris. And you must have noticed that few people, they have brown hairs, or they have blonde hairs, or somebody, they have jet black hairs. So that is just because of the amount of melanin which is produced. or which they have. So melanin is basically produced by specialized cells which are called as melanocytes. And where are they located? They are located just below the outer surface of the skin. So they produce melanin, and you will be surprised to know the person with dark complexion, that means they have lot of melanin secretion, and their skin is more healthy as compared to the one which have whitish complexion. So if the melanin production is more, right, you will have darker skin, more darker skin, and that darker skin is is considered to be more healthy. Now let's discuss about leukoderma. So you must have seen few people with few white patches on their skin, or anywhere, maybe on hand. It can be anywhere on the skin. So it refers to a skin disease in which the person loses the skin pigment, that is melanin, right? And this is just because of some defect in the melanocytes, because we know that melanocytes are responsible for producing the skin pigment which gives color to the skin, that is melanin. So there is some defect in the melanocytes, whether they are destructed or not functioning properly. So as a result, they are not secreting the required amount of melanin, and that is the reason leukoderma is seen in few people. Right? So remember this thing, that melanocytes, they produce melanin and they are located just below the skin. So with this, we have finished talking about one of the sense organ, that is skin. I hope you have understood it. So one request to you, that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then subscribe it right now, and please like the video, share the video with your friends, and please keep supporting me. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.